Here says, what two numbers have a sum of 217 and a difference of 85? So we need to come up with what those two numbers are. There's two of them. I'm just going to call them X and Y. Okay? You can pick any letters you want. So first off, we're going to come up with two equations here. The first thing they're telling us is that the sum of these two numbers is 217. So you need to remember sum means adding. So my first equation is X plus Y equals 217. And then the difference between those two numbers, this is our second equation, the second thing we know about the two numbers. The difference is 85. So I'm going to say X minus Y equals 85. So I have two equations here. When you have two equations that have the same variables, you can use what you know about systems of equations and solving systems of equations to solve. One way you can do this is the elimination method, and this one makes the most sense in this example here because you can see that if you add these two equations together, something cancels out. Do you see it? If I add these two together, I have X plus X, but then here I have Y minus Y. That cancels out. So now I have 217 minus 85. So I'll put that in my calculator. I see that's 132. Now, I just have one variable. I can easily solve this. So I'm just going to undo multiplying by 2 by dividing by 2. And when you do that, you see X equals 66. Let me make sure I was doing that in my head. Yep, 66. Using your calculator is always important just to make sure and check your math. So I just found out that one of the variables is 66. So now that I know that X is 66, I can substitute that into either one of those original equations to figure out what Y is. So for instance, if I want to use that first one, X plus Y equals 217. If I know X is 66 now, this now is 66 plus Y equals 217. And if you subtract 66 from both sides to solve for Y, you see that Y equals 217 minus 66, which is 151. So our two numbers are 66 and 151. And you can test it out if you want. If you add them together, they do equal 217. And if you subtract them, 151 minus 66, you see that that does equal 85.